Our first real mission begins. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to episode 5 of Tougen Anki. And last time we left off with the crew, our students heading off to help the Kyoto branch with this big, I guess, battle against the Momotaro agency going on. Kind of interrupts our training, interrupts everything going on, but it does seem kind of more important. And so we're going to be heading there to lend support, lend aid, and kind of see how that ends up going. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens from here. I'm definitely excited to see more. This series, I don't care what anyone says, has been great so far. And I'm really interested to see what they do more with these powers and just with everything going on. There's so much potential here, and I love, like, just the style of it. It feels very much like it's, like, paying homage to a lot of the, like, more classic shonen anime, while also trying to forge its own path at the same time. And I think it's doing a good job of it so far. So, we're just going to get into this. We're not going to waste any more time. Let's see what this episode has in store. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. We're back. We'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I'm kind of shaking right now. I'm not really okay. Like logically, I knew this episode would go into dark territory, or not this episode, but this series would go into dark territory. I knew this series would, like, delve into, like, some really crazy shit. Like, they set up that, like, the Momotaro for Kyoto was, like, really fucked up and everything. They set that up last episode, but it's just, like, again, hearing about something and seeing it are two entirely different things. And it's just, I have a very, like, trigger, I guess I could say. I I guess that's the best word. I, like, have a trigger when it comes to children getting hurt that, like, just puts me almost into, like, a panic mode. I really don't like seeing it. It really just fucks me up. And so, like, between the one kid, like, being violently murdered earlier in the episode, and now this girl May, like, not only seeing her parents' dead bodies, or, like, nearly dead bodies, or whatever it is exactly, and then having her father, like, rise up and start choking her out, trying to kill her. It's just, and then him having to, like, have the brain destroyed, and, like, her, like, dealing with the aftermath of that. It's like, I'm not okay. That really genuinely fucked me up badly. It's it's just that it's just so fucked up. Because these are no matter how you look at it, these are just children, like everyday ordinary children. And these Momotaro, again, I don't know if it's all the Momotaro or if it's just these ones specifically, but they're so aggressively and violently evil that they're willing to just kill children without even thinking about it because they don't see them as human, because they don't see them as like anything more than it's. And it's just like I can't even imagine how anyone could like justify in their minds that killing a child is okay, much less to do it so casually. On top of that, the idea of puppeting like corpses or puppeting people's bodies like this just also it's another thing that like freaks me out a bit because it's like the idea of like your body being controlled against your will is just so upsetting as a concept because autonomy is so like ingrained in my mind as like this natural human right that we should all have autonomy over our bodies. And so the idea of like our bodies being controlled by someone else, having that autonomy stripped from us, even in death, bothers me. But like, again, seeing it used for the sake of attacking a kid and everything too, it's just like, oh my god. And again, this is clearly the emotion that's meant to be elicited. This is clearly like the intent of the episode. And, you know, the equivalent chapter in the manga and everything. It's meant to fuck you up. It's meant to be that disturbing. And I don't know, like, I don't know all the reasons why, like, there are people out there who have been hating on this series. I don't know, like, everybody's, like, thoughts and reasons. Different people might have different views. But I don't understand how someone could watch this series and genuinely consider it bad. Because here's the thing. While I'm like very fucked up over this entire episode and like the stuff it's showing here, like I said, that's clearly the intent. That's the point. You're supposed to be fucked up over this. And it's so well executed. It's so well done that it's like I can't see how you could watch this and while being fucked up over it not also acknowledge how fucking good it is. This was like so aggressively like high quality. Are there people who complain about like the obvious fan service shit? Because it's like the fan service in this isn't like being thrown in our faces constantly. I've seen much worse. It's just, you know, women with big ass titties and their cleavage showing. It's like I've seen much worse fan service. This is not that bad. And maybe the fan service gets worse, I don't know, but like even then, fan service in and of itself is not necessarily a bad thing. It's all about how it's executed. And honestly, I doubt the fan service in this is gonna be like worse than like Tamaki and Fire Force. Mind you, like I pretty much barely think most like fan service in anime are like that bad. But still. Because the thing is, most fan service in anime don't interfere with the story and the characters. Tamaki's in Fire Force does actively interfere with the story and characters. Most of the time, the fan service is just that. It's just fan service. It's just a visual thing. It doesn't actually affect the story and the characters most of the time. And from what we're telling here is that's the case. It's like there's fan service. Very clearly. But it doesn't change anything with what's actually going on. It's just a visual thing. And do not spoil anything for me, by the way, on if or when this changes later on. I want to remain spoiler free on that, so we could tackle it if it does change in that regard. But yeah, for now, it's just visual. It's like this Momotaro bitch's tits being out and being aggressively massive do not change my hatred for her. Kuina's tits being massive and being on showcase here through the cleavage, it's like doesn't really affect my opinions on her in any way. Besides that, yeah, it's, you know, she's hot. But it's like it hasn't like interjected into the story or characters yet. So I find no issue with how it's done right now. But yeah, it's like, and again, if like people like complain that this isn't like super original, it's like nothing's really original anymore. So that's a stupid complaint in my eyes. And it's just like, it's so well written. The characters are so well done. Like, the doctor, I can't remember his name. It said it very briefly. But his little speech about, like, what the support corps is all about after he saves that guy was brilliantly inspiring. It was wonderful. Such good writing, such good dialogue. And then you have like just the emotional draws of this all and the intense like horror of it. And it's just like it's doing everything right in my eyes. I'm just like very, very invested in it. Like this episode, as much as it fucked me up, it's like I genuinely loved this episode. And yes, that is possible. It is possible for me to love an episode that fucks me up emotionally. Or a movie or anything else. But it's just, it was so well done. And I think doing this at this point as well, like introducing us to the war aspect of it, it's smart to bring this in pretty quickly, pretty early. Because it gives these characters, our students, more motivation and more perspective on everything going on. Especially Shiki, who, you know, was in this mainly just to get his revenge for his father. But now with this new perspective, he's definitely, like, seeing things in a different way. And it's like, God, this just... This really, like, this really did affect me. And, we also learned about Momotaro powers. I guess they can, in the same way that the Oni control their blood, the Momotaro can control bacteria on their bodies. And they can even put that bacteria onto other people's bodies to control them. And stuff like that. Which is fascinating, but also, like I said before, fucked up and terrifying. And we get to see that again, I don't know if it's just this sect of them or if it's all Momotaro are like this. But the just disregard for any level of humanity they have for the Oni is just fucked beyond belief. And we also get to see bio experimentation with the ugly, as he called it, which is a combination, a biological combination of a monkey, a pheasant, and a dog, which in the tale of Momotaro, in the legend that this entire series is based around, are the three animal companions of Momotaro that help fight the Oni. So that's a twisted way to introduce that aspect to things. But again, if this episode is implying that all the Momotaro are like this, then it just instantly paints the Oni as being 100% the victims here, and the Momotaro as being 100% the evil villains. But if it's just this sect, if it's just the Kyoto branch of the Momotaro agency, and that's why there's so few here, because like no one wants to work with these two, then that also implies that that this guy's experiments and their horrific cruelty and vile evil are not a deal breaker to the rest of the Momotaro agency, which also kind of makes the entire agency as a whole like part of the problem anyway. So no matter what, it's a corrupt, evil organization. The Oni are, without question, the victims. And this episode is just fucked beyond belief because it's just really hard to watch and really upsetting. And like, just the fact that they experiment on children and are willing to just murder children without a second thought, just so casually, it's just But tell me in the comments below what you thought. Did this episode fuck you up too? Please tell me I'm not the only one. Let me know down below. And for now, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.